Detective March 7th is on the case. So spill the beans. How much do you know about what happened 15 years ago?
You've got the wrong guy, I swear. I'm just an innocent, cursed imaginee. I can't even move from the spot. I don't know anything. Ribbit, the Dean ordered me to dig up whatever materials I could find for you all to read.
Garden Star of Botanical Study. Cognitive Science Research. Miss Dolly mentioned that Fulwish went beyond the sky to study after graduation. Turns out this is where she went. Let's go chat with the others.
Well, did you find anything? Garden Star of Botanical Study? It appears to be a greenhouse world located within the consternation star zone. Ah, found it. Its property ownership is registered under a specific school within the Intelligentsia Guild. Strange. The name of the school is encrypted. I've heard conspiracy theories claiming the Herald of Death from 15 years ago was actually someone from the IPC. Given the great lengths the IPC went to in wiping away all traces after the incident, perhaps the rumors are true.
Fulwish was hurt by the Herald of Death. Yet after studying in an institution funded by the IPC, she became a suspect in the new Herald of Death incident. You mean she created the happiness surgery after studying on that greenhouse world?
It's certainly possible, but the information is still too vague to make any judgments. I'm more inclined to think that after witnessing the power of the Herald of Death, she resolved to uncover the truth behind it. That's why she went to another world to study after graduation. But is the knowledge she gained in just a few short years enough to create the happiness surgery? If the power of the abundance used in the happiness surgery stems from the Herald of Death's lingering poison, would the IPC, who have tried to hide this in every way possible, really be unaware of her actions? There are too many things here that an ordinary scholar simply couldn't achieve. Perhaps I should contact her as a fellow alumna and have an open, honest talk.
Contact Fulwish as her senior? After all this time, would she even want to see you?
I don't know. Back then, I had taken a leave of absence from university due to health issues. So I was doing some idle work at my father's school to clear my mind. Fulwish would occasionally run to the library to slack off. She and Belle always appeared together, helping me organize newspaper clippings and library cards, all while chattering on about classmates' crushes and the latest gossip. They didn't treat me like a patient who needed special care, nor did they treat me like the dean's daughter. We often shared snacks brought from home and secretly dug out the school's collection of ancient books and paintings to admire them. Fulwish, she was the model student, always knowing a little more than everyone else. Her questions often went beyond the textbooks, pushing past the boundaries of what someone her age should know. When she looked through those illustrations of Imagine, her eyes would always sparkle. I could feel the passion in her eyes, and an unspeakable sense of loneliness. If she still remembers our old friendship, she will meet me. Fulwish is walking a dangerous path right now, and the deeper someone walks into the abyss, the more they crave the recognition and understanding of old friends. I want to ask her myself, why has the happiness she pursues become an illusion that can only be maintained by a taboo surgery?
Me too.
Thank you, you two. And thank you for your investigation. Though many questions remain unanswered, at least I now have a clearer picture of her movements after graduation. By the way, before we leave the school, there's one more place I'd like to visit. Before I meet Fulwish, I want to say goodbye to that memory from 15 years ago.
You mean that old school building from 15 years ago?
We have all the clues we need, and the culprit is...
I'm so sorry. I just couldn't finish tidying up the ribbons, and now I've dragged you into staying this late.
Don't worry about it, Belle. It was my turn on duty today anyway.
Himeko? Is this?
Yes. In this imaginated classroom, the after images of the students from 15 years ago still linger in their original places.
Tomorrow is the school anniversary. I wonder how lively it will be. They've invited parents here. Will your parents be coming? Oh, Fulwish?
That's Fulwish from her youth.
Yeah, Dad already took time off. By now he's probably out on the streets with Mom, picking out formal wear. If it's my daughter's performance, we have to dress to the nines. That's just like him. He always loves making those kinds of jokes.
Then you'd better put on a good show, huh?
There won't be a show anymore, Belle. Because unexpected guests have arrived. Everyone from the Astral Express and Himiko. I didn't expect to meet you here. Did you enjoy yourselves at Star Rail Fest? Did you grant those smiling kids their wishes and bring joy to everyone?
Fulwish.
Himiko, you recognized me at just a glance. I thought Himiko was at school like the rest of us that day. When I saw Belle lying in a pool of blood, when I was crushed under the collapsed wall and unable to breathe, the thought crossed my mind. Poor Himiko. If you had met the Herald of Death with that delicate frame of yours. But who would have guessed? You're alive. And living quite well. You became the navigator of the Astral Express, roaming freely beyond the sky, just like the three of us used to talk about in our chats. Your dream came true. Congratulations are in order. Himiko, do you know 15 years have passed? And my wounds have mostly healed. Regrettably, there are some scars and emptiness that time can never heal. Look around. Even here, even with these phantoms, their seats are still empty. Belle, Leon, Ziania, Mia, and so many others. 15 years have passed, and I've learned that time isn't a cure. It's a shroud, binding itself around me, layer upon layer. So I made a decision. I'm going to tear it open. I'm going to let everything bloody and unforgettable beneath it see the light of day again.
See the light of day? You were a victim of the Herald of Death, only to become the second Herald of Death yourself? You intend to use a power you can't possibly comprehend to win the Phantasmoon games. How are you any different from that monster back then? From the monster that took your parents' lives? I'm sorry. I shouldn't compare you to that devil. You still have a chance. Stop this now.
Stop? I'm sorry. I don't quite understand what you're saying. I would advise everyone to think twice before making rash accusations. As a media professional, let me give you a piece of advice. From now on, when you're in front of a camera lens, watch your expressions and be cautious with your words and actions. At the very least, try not to look so flustered during this public exchange. We live in a world where we are constantly gazed upon and watched by others. This camera crew was originally prepared for my upcoming speech, but meeting you all here, it really adds a wonderful dramatic flair. To the audience watching from your screens, you know my name, and I know that right now, you are watching me. 15 years ago, with the tacit approval of the IPC and the Arcadia Council, the Master of Elation's divine ritual degenerated into a barbaric, bloody game. You and I, the residents of this Arcadia, surrendered a lifetime of dignity, wealth, and time to them, all in exchange for a single full meal. We are surrounded by bizarre entertainment and stimulating gore. We soak all day in shallow, boring programs, achieving nothing. And now, we must live in fear of the unscrupulous atrocities of these supplicants from beyond the sky, forcing smiles as we applaud and cheer for them. Is this the happiness the god promised us? No! Absolutely not! The Master of Elation would never be deceived by miracles, but with pain and blood. What they desire to see are heartfelt smiles. And so, they granted me a revelation. Everyone, on that evening 15 years ago, what saved me was not luck. It was not the supplicants, and it was certainly not the IPC. Right here, as the Herald of Death approached, step by step, the one who sent down a miracle was the Master of Elation. They allowed me to escape with my life. And when I was trapped in a small room, consumed by loneliness, they sent me a mask. They revealed my mission to me. To bring happiness back to a Planarcadia that has lost its smile. I, Fulwish, survivor of the Bloodstained Games, hereby formally announce that I will join the Phantasmoon Games! In this game, I shall win the Eon of Elation's authority. And then, I will make smiles of happiness bloom on the faces of every single person in Planarcadia! Himiko, don't frown. Smile. I will bring happiness to you too, just as I will bring it to everyone. I won't manipulate the Phantasmoon Games like those high and mighty IPC executives. Nor will I treat the rewards granted by the God of Elation as bargaining chips for profit. We are in Planarcadia, so we should decide the winner in a Planarcadian way. I'll give you a stage if that's what you want. I invite you all to a televised debate at Fulwish TV in Seafeld City. The invitation extends to all supplicants.
A Planarcadian way? That's just a way that benefits you. We're not going.
You can refuse, of course, but then, under the gaze of billions of viewers, you must accept your public image as frauds deceiving the world and cowards with guilty consciences. Remember, this isn't just an invitation. It is your only chance to defeat me in front of everyone. Since you believe you represent what is right. The stage is set. come and perform this final act that will determine the future of the Arcadia with me. Or simply leave. The choice is yours.
Darn it! Are we just going to let Fulwish walk away?
We are right in the middle of the cameras she prepared. Remember to be cautious with your words and actions. Let's leave here and return to the Express.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Arcadian Morning Report. We're continuing our exclusive coverage.